I'm Lazy Crazy Joe. Now you know. Let's go. So I've been asked multiple times, really, what is a meta icon? And a meta icon is an icon that can do multiple things. It can control more than one icon in one slot. It can control an entire group of icons in another group. And I know that might sound a little complicated, but let me break it down for you. If we were to take just this basic setup you've got here, right? This will track when you have your lunar empowerment, your solar, your lunar, and when you have your star search right here. So if I wanted to make a meta icon, say to track my cooldowns, for instance, okay, what I would do is I would come here. That was a right click I did. Come to icon type, come down to meta icon, and now it says meta icon here. Well, if I have some cooldowns created, which I do, I'm going to go ahead and pull them up right here. I have this, I call it a bin, a cooldowns bin. So I've got this cooldown created here, 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 and here, right? What I can do is I can come to where it says choose an icon to check. I always want to select expand submetas, by the way. And I would click choose icon to check. There are exceptions to the rule, but as a general rule, you're probably better off clicking what I just said. I'm going to come down here where it says balance CDs bin. And that's the group that this is in. And I'm going to just grab the first one that I see. And then now it's on there. Once again, I can click add icon. I can come down to the bin that I have it in. I can grab the second icon, and now it's added there. So that's one way to add these cooldowns here to this meta icon. Now, because this meta icon is going to be checking these, I actually don't want these visible. I will, on these, check always hide. Every one of these cooldowns, you will notice, has always hide selected. This way, the meta icon can correctly watch them, to where these right here are not hiding. These are ones that I would want visible, for instance, okay? Another way, though, so I've got the first two added. Another way you can add the meta icon is you can right-click and drag, let go, and then you see add to meta icon. And now that one's been added. I can right-click one more time. I can drag, drop it on top, add to meta icon. It's been added. Do that one more time. Right-click, drag, drop, add to meta icon. You got the fifth one. And just so that we can remember there is another way, I click add icon, come back down, find where it is that I want it, find the frenzied regeneration, and there it is. I can select how do I want to prioritize this. Normally, like just in this order that you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, prioritize low duration, prioritize high duration. These are options. And if I go about it just as a standard one icon, which is all I'm trying to show you at this moment, that's what it'll look like. You'll see that as soon as I hit number 6, that'll go away. Let me just go ahead and hit number 6. Let's see what happens. Bam, that went away. Now number 5 is there. And by the way, now you're actually able to see now number 4 there, and then 1 and 3. In case you forgot that they were there, they totally still are there. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into that. I want to show you that's one icon, but what if you wanted to control the entire group like that? So, I mean, you might want a more in-depth rotation. So this right here is a rotation bin. It goes way more in-depth than this is going to. So let me just go ahead and put this off to the side. We'll make it small. It'll still be showing, but that's not important. And then we'll bring this icon group in instead. Now, I'm going to select the first one in this group, and I know that it's the first one because if I go to group, it says primary to the right, secondary down. So I know that this is a group that starts with the upper left one first. So here, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to, once again, icon type, meta icon, once again, expand submetas. But this time I'm going to select group controller. You don't have the option to select group controller, say if you have a meta icon here, for instance, okay? Same thing, meta icon, group controller, grayed out because you're not in the first position, okay? I'm going to go ahead and delete the second one. In the first position. So what I could do is I could just 1, 2, 3, 4 at a time, drop them all down here. And you'll see this one basically is that. This is a meta icon. This is what it would look like when I got done making it. I went ahead and made one for you guys. But I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is far easier. Is I'm going to right click, even easier than just dragging and dropping, by the way. And where it says choose an icon to check, I'm going to choose the balance rotation bin. And that's it. Just choose the bin itself. Now, once again, group controller, what it will do, and every one of these is set to hide, just like I told you before, make sure they're always set to hide. I mean, these are pretty in-depth ones. I'm not going to go into it, but I mean, each one has conditions and such in order to simulate an actual rotation. At least hopefully it does, right? So let's actually add the cooldowns at the end of this. So it'll do the balance rotation bin for as many spots as it has available, and it'll use the balance cooldowns bin for any spots after that. So there, it's mostly showing cooldowns bin right now. But as I press that, now you're actually starting to see the rotation bin kick in. You get the point. And that's just for an icon. So are meta icons only icons? They are not. So I will quickly show you one other thing here. So say we were to take a bars group instead of an icon group. And likewise, I do have some bars over here set up. And grab the first one again. You know it is the first one because it says right and then down, but I'm actually going to tell it to be left and then down. Go back to my icon. And then I am going to create a meta icon, make it the group controller, expand submetas. And once again, we're going to come down here. We're going to select balance buff bars bin. That's the name of this group. You can see that right here by right-clicking on any of the icons. Balance buff bars bin. And now this group, which I'm going to go ahead and put here, put this off to the side, is off over here. Take a look. Should see right there. I mean, you probably wouldn't want it that big, but you get the idea. And there you go. You can just follow whatever it's saying and ideally play at a decent level, assuming that you set up your rotation properly. I know it's a little weird not seeing a cast bar, but I was just trying to do a very, very quick setup in order to answer a question. I hope that made it easy to understand. I use meta icons all the time. Hope that answers that question for you. I'm Lazy Crazy Joe. Now you know.